Rice tubers and bananas contribute around 40% of calories to the population of many countries in sub-Saharan Africa. And as that population increases, and the population is predicted to double in the next 25 years, if we're going to feed people in these countries, we really need to increase the productivity of these RTB crops. And one way of doing it is getting improved varieties to farmers more quickly than we're currently doing. We work on what's called vegetatively propagated crops. So these are cassava and banana and sweet potato, and these are propagated through little plantlets, not through conventional seed. As they're propagated through plantlets, virus diseases or bacterial infections can actually be transmitted with the seedlings, and if they're transmitted with these plantlets, then if we move the plantlets across borders, international borders, or from one end of the country to another end of the country, these diseases can get transmitted with the planting material. We have been working with KEPHIS, the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, for many, many years, over 20 years. And in fact, the International Potato Centre and IITA have been working with KEPHIS. But we've been working in facilities that were built in about the 1970s. And really by now, they are showing their age. And as the demand for vegetatively propagated crops gets more, these facilities are no longer really fit for purpose.
Breeding, it's about control and speed. Every time we think of breeding program, we need to think about maybe these two components, right? So control, it's about how you do well every other step of your breeding program. And speed is how fast you can do that. One of the main goals for this lab is to speed up the availability of those materials, either in the breeding program or even for the farmers to access them. So through the breeding process, we should speed up, actually this is our major goal, that you can make the genetic diversity or the genetic gain that you are increasing the breeding programs available to the farmers. So the hub comes as a platform that will support this goal.
The current tissue culture lab, we are facing some challenges, especially now that the building is quite old. It does not have the exit doors or the emergency doors. And also the rooms are quite congested. We are also holding quite a large number of germplasm, and the growth rooms are too small.
There are so many challenges in the current lab, especially power. For the power, the equipments, we have many equipments, heavy equipments, which use a lot of power. So the power in the lab is inadequate. So you find that there's a lot of breakdown of our machines because of the power. We also have a problem of water challenge because of the current water in our station. So that has led to breakdown of machines, especially the water distillation machine.
We have managed to get some funding from the program called Crops to End Hunger, which is funded by GIZ, the German aid agency. They have provided some funding for us to build a new laboratory which will be fit for purpose, state-of-the-art technologies for virus indexing and diagnostics, as well as tissue culture for multiplying germplasm, so we can distribute new varieties and breeding material to those places that require that germplasm. The Crops to End Hunger program is not only providing us with a brand new laboratory with clean, hygienic facilities, but it's providing us with equipment such as PCR machines and real-time PCR machines in which we can do state-of-the-art diagnostics and indexing for all the diseases that are carried by these RTB crops.
In the new lab, I think most of the problems will be sorted out. The new lab will have the solar panels, which will cater for the electricity problems. The construction of the new borehole will maybe eliminate most of the problems of the water.
So that laboratory that we're expecting will have enough space for these crops to be multiplied or worked on. The building is so old that the contamination of bacteria and fungi is all over, even in the walls, and we are not even able to control it. But in the new laboratory, we are expecting that the lab will be clean and we will be avoiding all those kind of contaminations. The turnover in production will be quite good.
Crops to End Hunger are also supporting capacity building. So already 3 people associated with the lab have been over to the headquarters of the International Potato Institute in Peru to be taught the best practices for tissue culture and for virus indexing. So the impact of this lab in the next 2 to 10 years, we really see it being able to facilitate the efficient transfer of planting material of roots, tubers and bananas. So we'll be able to get relatively earlier generation breeding material out of breeding programs. We'll bring it to the RTB-EAGEL lab, ensure that it is virus-free and clean, and then we'll be able to distribute it, whether it's East Africa or Southern Africa, even West Africa, Central Africa, distribute it to different national programs so they can evaluate that germplasm and that breeding material in their own environments and with their own people to select the breeding material and the varieties that suit their environments. So we anticipate that the adoption of new varieties will be much quicker.
The outcomes are related to economic growth, are related to delivering more sustainable varieties to the farmer's field, and of course creating a hub that it's a place for training the new generation of scientists.